What you do say here on the Rise News, now joining us to speak on the development in the ruling All Progressive Party is Dr. Ibrahim Osinowo, member of the APC 2022 Convention Planning Committee. I want to say thank you very much for joining us today. And to get things started, we've just spoken to our reporters who are on ground in Abuja, and they've confirmed that Mai Malabuni is still the chairman of the caretaker committee of the APC. Do you have any contrary views to this, or do you support that particular notion as several members of the APC in Abuja have concurred?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. I'm not the spokesperson for the party, and I will not be able to speak on that right now. The party has their, its own channel of communication through probably the director of organizing or the leadership of the party. They will be able to confirm that. Right now, my job right now is to work with the committee and plan ahead of the convention. So that is what we are working on assiduously.
But the question is about who actually leads this particular committee that you're a member of, because one of the members talking about the one representing North Central, Abubakar Sani Bello, is the man in contention right now. So we're still talking about one and the same thing, literally.
Anyway, thank you so much. I'm very much aware of what you are talking about, but unfortunately, I may not be able to speak particularly on that. But if there are other general issues pertaining to our forthcoming national convention, I can authoritatively speak about that. Governor Bello is one of our parties, is one of our governors, is one of the credible leaders of the party, and there's no reason for me to go into that direction. I will rather advise that Governor Bello or the leadership of the party should be contacted so that they can have a very good answer for you on that regards.
So can you speak on reports that Abdullahi Adamu has been chosen as a consensus candidate for the party's national chairmanship position, that he has been endorsed by the president? Can you speak on that?
Governor Abdullahi Adamu is a father of the party, is one of the trusted allies of the Mr. President. I can also say about that, but particularly he is also a front, runner of the national chairman of our great party, and he's a credible man. He has been a governor, he has been a minister, he has been elected as a senator, as a House of Rep member. He's a father of a nation. So if he's the one that the party decided to use, of course, that is a welcome development, and I have no doubt, or any particular member of our party, I have no doubt in his capacity. I'm immensely comfortable and sure that Governor Abdullahi Adamu and Senator Abdullahi Adamu, is going to perform credibly well if he's chosen to be or elected at the convention to lead our party to 2023 general election. If you look at his history, it's one of the fantastic, candidates we could have from the North Central. Governor Abdullahi, if you look at the track record, even from the Senate, even from the 8th Senate and the 9th Senate, and while he was a governor of Nasarawa State, he has done incredibly well in terms of investment, agriculture. He's one of the loyalists that stand for true progressive, political tendencies. So if Governor Abdullahi Adamu is what our leaders, our governors, and the Mr. President endorse, yes, it's a good welcome development, and I can speak for myself as a former executive cabinet member and presently as a convention, one of the convention planning committee member. Then it's a welcome development for youth, for middle class, for most of the party members in All Progressive Congress. So if he is the one, I'm sure most of our party members and stewards will be glad to have him on board, and we're ready to work with him.
All right. And despite the confusion of leadership within the party that's currently going on, can you speak on the national convention that is supposed to hold in 3 weeks, the preparations for that or the lack thereof? Can you speak on what's being done in the caretaker committee to make sure that the date actually stays sacrosanct?
There has been credibly, alliance with the caretaker committee and different subcommittee and the committee itself. Most of the preparation in terms of logistics, screening, everything is in place right now. And I can speak for a few committees that I'm aware of that most of the preparation has been on the top tier, and I can assure you, this time around, APC will, of course, hold its national convention in a couple of weeks, and we'll move on from there to face the challenge at the national, the primaries that has been stated between April 4th to June 3rd, will perform credibly well. So there's no cause for alarm. We are on top of the situation, and the caretaker committee has been working with all the committees, seriously, and of course, there's no problem. We can assure Nigerians that we'll do a convention in the next 3 weeks and we'll move from there. So Mr. President also has confirmed while he was on his way to United Kingdom, stating that Nigerians should wait for our feedback. So we'll do a convention. All the plannings are on top gear, and we're working very hard to ensure that we have a credible, national convention that is rancor-free.
All right, some will say there are clouds of uncertainty actually hovering around the APC's national convention, following the failure of the party's national leadership to write fresh notification to the Independent National Electoral Commission within the 21-day window.
I'm speaking for myself right now, not for the party. Okay. If you remember that we've sent an earlier letter to National Independent Electoral Commission, and we also sent in zonal convention letter. So I'm assured that the caretaker committee has tidied up that end, and I can assure you that that will not be an obstruction to our forthcoming national convention. You can be rest assured that those ends has been tidied up, from our organizing, director of organizing to the legal department that has a credible hand. Professor, we have a professor as the director of organizing, and which he is doing a wonderful job, and another arms of the party. So that will not be an issue at all. So right now we are focusing on 26th of March, and we are going to deliver on that date. Most of the committees are working day and night, and most of the committees led by different governors, like Governor Ben Ayade, like Governor Bello himself, Governor Abdullahi, Governor of Kwara State, and many of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and many other governors, who are in charge. Governor Dapo Abiodun from my own state. We have credible governors who are doing extremely well that will lead the convention. So there's no cause. All those concerns have been tidied up, and I can assure you that we'll deliver. I'll be back here to tell you more about the convention, the post-convention.
So can you also talk to us about the zonal congresses, which is scheduled to hold in a few days? Tell us about the preparation for that, because from what we are hearing, not much really has been done.
If you look at the trend, even let me take quickly from the PDP, most of the zonal convention are practically, formed in alliance with the convention or done on the day of convention. Our party has not, engaged in zonal election. We can decide to do it. It's allowed constitutionally to do it at the convention. It depends on the direction you are looking at it. The party, of course, will definitely come out. I can't speak for the party, but from my own personal, little information that I have, we can decide to do it in a couple of days. INEC has been duly notified, and we can decide to do it in a couple of days, or we can do it at the convention. So it's not an issue at all. The zonal meeting has been held. Different offices have been allocated, has been zoned to different, states and the rest of them. So there's no issue about the zonal convention. So what is right now is focusing on our national convention, producing one of the best and credible national chairman and NWC. Then from there, we can move into the party primaries, and then by grace of God, we're going to deliver, 2023 national election, both presidential and governor to APC.
Okay, and still staying in line with not speaking for the party, I want you to speak personally for yourself. If you weren't a member of APC and you saw all that was going on within the party for the last few months, and especially within the last few weeks, how confident would you be that APC would actually be even able to take anything away in 2023?
I don't want to leave you in doubt that APC will produce the next president of this country and most of the governors. I can take you back, you have to realize that APC is a big party right now. It's a ruling party. A lot of people are coming into the party, and we are welcoming more as the day goes. Some of the PDP governors and senators will still come in a couple of days. I can assure you about that. So there's nothing to worry about. In terms of delivery of Mr. President and some of our state governors, look at the agriculture, look at, road construction, look at, other investment programs, look at, a few things. But,
what about
different
security?
Challenges with different governments. And government
you didn't talk about security.
Security, It's security that can assure you in 2014, you and I will not be sitting, you will not be in Abuja comfortably. You will be selecting where to go. You have bombs everywhere, you have bomb explosion everywhere. But for the last 7 years, I doubt if you had or report any fatal incident of bombing in Abuja or neighboring states. So we have curtailed a lot of things. The government has done credibly well in terms of, reducing the mishaps and the strength of the bandits in different areas. And, security is not a J job. It's a continual architectural drawing or security drawing that came from the background to the top.
I want to say thank you
so
very much.
we've done credibly well, and we'll continue to discuss with Nigerians what we've been able to do. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I want to say we wish you and the planning committee of the National Convention all the best as preparations are in full gear.